Live from KSAT 12, the Nightbeat starts right now.
A horrific nightmare. 5 souls gone after a house fire over the weekend. And now San Antonio firefighters have a message for everyone. But first,
they were held against their will for ransom. That's what San Antonio police say happened to 2 men in their 20s over on the west side.
The Night Team's John Paul Barajas has the latest in that case and the reaction from those in the neighborhood where those men were held hostage.
I was scared.
It was cool.
I was scared.
It can be an unsettling sight. San Antonio police officers swarming your street and then flooding inside your neighbor's home. It's exactly what happened this morning in a West Side neighborhood, and these 2 young boys had a front row seat.
The officers move in at the same time. Like, they never leave each other back.
For their mom, the situation was too close for comfort.
I was scared because I have a lot of kids with me at home, and I hear a lot of noise on the back of the house.
Police say 2 men who are both 21 were being held against their will at this property in the 1300 block of Dahlgreen. The suspects demanding money for their freedom. At some point during the incident, one of the victims was able to text a family member who then tipped off police. Now I have more fear because you don't even know what your own neighbors are doing, said Maria Ibarra. She tells us for 40 years on her street she's felt safe, but that's not the case anymore. I still feel worried because you don't know what could happen with your neighbors.
Now, San Antonio police did arrest one 22-year-old man at the home where those victims were being held, but they are still looking for at least one more person. The suspects in this case will be facing charges of aggravated kidnapping, and this is still an active investigation, so we have not gotten word on how long the victims were held for or what condition they were in when police arrived. At Public Safety Headquarters, John Paul Barajas, KSAT 12 News.
John Paul, thank you. And now new on the Night Beat, here's a developing story. We're hearing now that one person is fighting for their life after a car crash that you see there. That's at East Houston Street and South W.W. White. Now, we don't have a lot of details right now, but firefighters are telling us that there was one person in that red car that you see when that person crashed their vehicle into a telephone pole. Now, we still don't know exactly what caused that crash. Stay with us on air and online as we continue to bring you updates on this story.
Also new on the Nightbeat, an argument between a father and son ends in gunfire. This happened around 6 o'clock this evening on Sierra Vista, not far from O'Connor and Perrin Beidle. Police say a man drove up to his father's home and tried to go inside to pick up some items, but his father, who was in his 70s, would not let him inside the home. After the two started arguing, the son pulled out a gun and shot his father in the stomach. He was taken to the hospital. We're told he is expected to recover. The son arrested, now facing charges. Police also tell us that the father actually had a restraining order against his son.
A Bexar County Sheriff's deputy is behind bars tonight. A child accused him of sexual abuse. The suspect in this case is 37-year-old Deputy Marcus James Alexander. He turned himself in on a warrant for child indecency. He's accused of touching a child, taking photos, and then keeping them on his cell phone. Also, this is San Antonio Park police officer also in jail tonight. That's Officer Larry Gonzalez. He was off duty when police arrested him under suspicion of DWI yesterday morning near I-10 in Vance Jackson. Officers say that he's been with SAPPD for 15 years.
The battle at the border continues. The Justice Department made good on its threat to sue the state of Texas over the orange inflated barrier that Governor Greg Abbott placed across the Rio Grande. That barrier, part of a border security operation that also includes razor wire and trespassing arrests to stop the flow of migrants entering Texas illegally. The suit says the state did not have permission from the U.S. or Mexico to install those orange buoys, and they want courts to order Texas to remove them out of humanitarian and environmental concern. Now, on Monday, the White House responded just before that lawsuit was filed.
Instead of coming to the table and trying to figure out a way to work together, he continues to do this really cruel, unjust, inhumane ways of moving forward.
Meanwhile, Governor Abbott defending his actions in a letter to the president saying, quote, the Constitution grants Texas the sovereign authority to protect its borders, adding that Texas will see you in court, Mr. President, end quote.
Missing but never forgotten. Today, friends and family gathered to celebrate Pauline Diaz on her 77th birthday. She's the woman who went to an HEB on Military and Goliad on December of 2010. and never came home. But even though she's been gone for more than 10 years, her family still comes together on her birthday just as they did when she was with them. Tonight, we spoke with Pauline's daughter, and she says that after all these years, she's still looking for answers.
To me, she's still with us. She's still with us in our hearts and everything, and we haven't forgotten her. And to get the public out there to know that she's still missing, and we just want answers. We want her back to us.
Yeah, they want their mother back. Now, if you know anything that can help lead to Pauline Diaz, you can call San Antonio Crime Stoppers. The number's on your screen. It's 210-224-STOP. And just a reminder, you can stay anonymous if you have any information. So right now, this is something that's coming from the fire department. They want you to check your smoke detectors because a house fire wiped out a family today.
Yeah, 5 people were killed over the weekend and 1 person now fighting for their life in the hospital. The medical examiner identifying 2 victims today, 50-year-old Felicia Valadez and 11-year-old Lily Valadez, both dying from smoke inhalation.
A 29-year-old woman, 12-year-old boy, and 6-year-old girl have not yet been identified. The night team's Patty Santos tells us why the fire department is begging families to check their smoke alarms tonight.
One of the deadliest fires in recent history is prompting emergency responders to action.
We're begging you to go out and get these smoke detectors, make sure that you're checking on your neighbors.
The San Antonio Fire Department stressing the importance of having working smoke detectors in every room in your home.
A low-cost investment that can basically save your life.
In 2021, there were 10 fire fatalities in San Antonio. In 2022, that number went up to 14.
One brave hero leads the way in preventing fires.
The city has an ongoing campaign to ensure families who need a smoke detector and can't afford one get them.
If we go on a call and we have time, we're going to check that smoke detector, regardless of what we're there for.
The city website, firesafesa.com, has resources to help families plan for a house fire, and it starts with a simple acronym: SCAN. Get smoke detectors, clear a path to escape, have a family action plan.
Don't call 911 from your bedroom. Get out of the house. Get everybody out.
And check on your neighbors.
It's unfortunate that we're using this tragic opportunity to get the message out, but it's absolutely necessary that we stress that point with everybody and then go online and figure out what the escape plan is.
Now, since October, the city of San Antonio has done more than 600 home safety checks. They've also installed more than 900 of these smoke alarms. It's also very important that you change the batteries in these smoke alarms at least once a year. Now, if your home needs them and you can't afford them, you can call 211 to coordinate with the city. Reporting live tonight, Patty Santos, KSAT 12 News.
Call 211. Thank you, Patty. Here's something that we want from you now. Mark your calendars for this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. because KSAT is airing a special on fentanyl. It's called Fighting Fentanyl. It's everyone's problem. You'll see how the drug comes in through our border, what Customs and Border Protection does to stop it, and how the DEA is going after the people who sell it. The goal here is to help you start a conversation with your kids about fentanyl so that you can keep them safe. Again, the special is this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. right here on KSAT 12. And after it airs, you could watch that special on our website, YouTube channel, and KSAT Plus.
101 the high temperature today, so back to triple digits, and that trend is going to continue. Today marked our 29th triple digit day so far of the year, and we'll be anywhere from 100 to 102 in the afternoons ahead, but you will soon notice the African dust overhead. I'll have that forecast let you know when it arrives, when it'll be the most noticeable, and when it leaves again in just a bit.
Thank you, Adam. We'll see you then. It is the final week for the Right Start program, where you can donate school supplies to help out kids. The teachers of Somerset and Judson ISDs will be getting the supplies this year. United Way will be looking for volunteers to help with the donations on August 4th. If you still have stuff to donate yourself, you can visit any Cavender Auto dealership in San Antonio or visit United Way directly at 700 South Alamo Street. You can also buy a school supply bag by texting Right Start to 41444. And looking ahead this week, San Antonio Police will be holding their public auction to sell its asset seizure property. That'll be happening on Wednesday, 5:30 p.m. at the VFW Post 9186 at 650 VFW Boulevard. We have everything you need to know about that auction posted right now on KSAT.com.
Coming up, a race against time. A South Texas father frantically trying to get his child out of a hot car. All of it caught on camera. It's being called one of the strangest marketing switch-ups in recent history. Why Elon Musk is tossing out the iconic Twitter bird. It's after the break. Heads up, if you shop at H-E-B, there's a recall for pulled pork packages. We want to show you the product here. It's the 2-pound packages of smokehouse, fully cooked pulled pork that was sold under the H-E-B brand. You see the label there. The maker, Nuevo Garcia Foods LLC, says that the packages are misbranded and that there's an undeclared allergen. The Agriculture Department found it during an inspection. This recall affects 4,700 pounds of meat. The packages are marked with the lot code 3135, and they have the best by dates of August 18th and 25th and September 1st. Now, they were distributed all over Texas, so if you have it, throw it out or return it and get your money back.
X marks the spot with only 24 hours notice in the form of a tweet from its owner. Twitter is no more. It wasn't clear if Elon Musk was being serious, but his social media platform is now known simply as, well, you see it there, X. It's being called one of the most bizarre moves in marketing history. Musk completely changed the identity of one of the internet's most well-known brands in one fell swoop. It comes less than a year after he acquired the company and took it private. As for why he did it, no one knows right now. Some see it as a possible Hail Mary to try to save the platform in the face of mounting pressure from Threads, which was launched earlier this month by Facebook parent Meta.
This is going to give you anxiety, not going to lie. A dramatic car rescue caught on camera, and it's since gone viral on TikTok. You definitely don't want to be in that situation ever. It's video from an H-E-B parking lot in Harlingen, which is south of San Antonio and in the Rio Grande Valley. Now, you're watching a father there desperately breaking the windshield of his car because he accidentally locked his keys inside with his infant trapped inside. Look at that, a baby. Now, shortly after the father broke the glass, the child's mother climbed inside, handed him the baby. First responders there say that the baby was not hurt and the parents were not charged, but we're so happy that everyone is safe, especially that baby.
Terrifying video, but good to know it has a good ending. Back here at home, live look outside. The heat returned. We had a nice little break yesterday. Nice one at last.
Yeah, Tim, we reported that live yesterday on the evening news. We did not hit 100 degrees yesterday. For a change. We'll get into the statistics there and the streak that was put to an end in a moment. I want to get right to the African dust, the Saharan air layer, as we technically call it. It is right on our doorstep at this moment. It's not going to be noticeable in the morning, but by early afternoon, we're talking noon, 1 p.m., little light, faint amounts of it will be moving overhead. You'll notice a little extra haze in the afternoon and evening sky. And then I anticipate some more moderate levels as we get into Wednesday and Thursday. Most of us aren't going to notice anything other than an extra haze in the sky, but those with very sensitive respiratory systems could have some effects from this dust all the way through Friday. Friday, it starts to taper off, and then Saturday, it's completely out of here. Here's another way to look at it. Light amounts moving in tomorrow afternoon, more moderate amounts Wednesday and Thursday, then starting to taper off again later on during the day on Friday. It's that time of year we get that dust coming all the way in from the Saharan Desert in Africa. It's carried by those trade winds across the Atlantic. We actually had a few showers closer to the Gulf Coast earlier today, and even along the sea breeze. Nothing near San Antonio. We had a few clouds near San Antonio, but not the kind of clouds that really develop into the showers, which we did have yesterday. Some areas of town, especially the far west and northwest side, very fortunate in terms of the rain. But today, different situation, and another sunny, dry stretch is on the way. Upper level high, the heat high, it's centered over Colorado at this moment. So we're in that northerly flow aloft, which keeps the door open for any disturbances or little bits of energy. We just don't really have any to move overhead, and we don't have the other key ingredients to generate rain either. Actually, all the way into this weekend, the high is going to stay centered to the north. We'll have easterly flow aloft. So we could get, if there's anything available, some energy coming off the Gulf of Mexico. That's upper level energy. And I do think there will be a little bit of it, but we just don't have the moisture and instability to work with to really generate or pop any showers out there, unfortunately. Today, 101, so back to triple digits. A new triple digit streak began today. Yesterday, we said 99 for the high temperature. We were just talking about that. That put an end to the 15-day run of 100-degree days, 15 in a row. So that ends at second place in the record books, tied with 2013. So that was July 8th to the 22nd we had that. Live cam, 88 degrees right now, dew point of 70. Dew points are back up. Now, earlier today, the dew point dropped down into the upper 50s. That was nice to have. We're going to have that same trend tomorrow, but as usual, once the sun's down, the humidity skyrockets. Dew points back up to 70 locally and even climbing in the hill country. But tomorrow we're going to start humid. By the afternoon, we'll see that drop off, which will help mitigate the impact of the heat index. The feels like temperature won't be a big player in the weather for tomorrow afternoon. A lot of sunshine tomorrow, 77 at 7 a.m. By noon, we're up to 94 degrees. There will be a bit of a heat index, maybe feeling like it's closer to 100 at that time. But by the afternoon, the heat of the day, 101 the high temperature. And with that little drop in the afternoon humidity, it may feel like 102 or 103 for a little while. That's about it. Rio Medina, temperature of 102 tomorrow. Canyon Lake, 101. New Braunfels, 102. Seguin, 101 for the high. There's a reminder of the dust. Middle part of the week, you'll notice that extra haze in the sky. Most of us will be completely unaffected by it. Then into this weekend, if things change a little bit, we could throw in a 10% chance of showers. But right now, I'm keeping it dry. We'll keep you updated.
One down, 20 to go. Thank you, Adam.
There you go.
Wow.
All right, so let's talk about the boys now.
Yep.
They're at camp.
They are at camp, getting ready to get things started to see if they can make it. I was going to say another Super Bowl run, but it's been so long, we'll just say a Super Bowl run. The Cowboys have arrived in Oxnard for Cowboys camp. Larry Ramirez was there to greet him. We'll hear from him when we come back. Also, the Texans have a young, talented, and now very rich quarterback. Coming up.
We got a great group. Everybody meshes well. Dak took us on our little, vacation right before we came out here, and we had a great time. So definitely excited to be out here.
So let's see if that great group and a vacation can translate into a Super Bowl run as we go camping with KSAT. And the Dallas Cowboys have arrived at their home for the next 3.5 weeks. They are in Oxnard, California to start training camp. Our Larry Ramirez was there as the Cowboys stepped off the bus and then took their first step towards that Super Bowl run.
Most of the Dallas Cowboys are here in Oxnard getting ready for training camp to kick off this week. Wide receiver Michael Gallup spoke with the media when the team arrived and said this is a great time of year.
Oh, yeah. Getting on the plane, regardless, you get to see everybody. Everybody's got a smile on their face. First couple of weeks of camp, that's what you wait on. You can finally get back in pads, get a little flow going. So definitely.
Gallup is also all smiles because last year at this time, he was coming back from a torn ACL he suffered in Week 17 of the 2021 NFL season.
Last year, I could barely walk coming into camp, so it was pretty rough for me. But this year, I'm definitely excited. I get to be out there with the guys, from day one. And that's, just communication, loving being out there, and getting that flow in with that.
On the flip side, you have the boys' defense. Some feel it could be the best unit in the NFL this season. Safety J-Ron Curse is ready to start camp.
The confidence level is definitely high. I don't know where we are because we haven't been on the field yet, but time will tell. We're just going to get out and get to working and, just continue to grind and build on what we've built these last 2 years. And, that's all we can do. But the confidence level is definitely high when you got, a lot of guys returning, and then you add some other great players like Gilmore. So, we're definitely ready to get this thing going just to see where we are.
Guard Zach Martin, who is unhappy with his contract, was not on the team charter, but technically has until Tuesday to report. David, back to you in San Antonio.
All right, Larry, thank you very much. See if he comes in tomorrow. Hopefully so. They need him on that offensive line. All right, so tomorrow it's the state of the Cowboys. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and head coach Mike McCarthy address the media. Then Wednesday's the first practice. Friday, a walkthrough. Saturday, opening ceremony. And then Sunday, right here on Instant Replay, Jerry Jones will join Larry Ramirez from Oxnard. Hey, the Texans ready to start their training camp in Houston. Players will be reporting tomorrow and hold their first practice on Wednesday. Just in time, the Texans have signed their top draft pick, number 2 overall in the draft, C.J. Stroud. It is a 4-year deal worth $36.3 million. That includes a signing bonus of $23.38 million. That's according to the NFL Network. So with that kind of money, it's no wonder he is listed as the starter when they head to camp this week. All right, so here's some key dates for them. Tomorrow, the players report. Wednesday, first practice. Friday, first open practice to the fans. You have to get on their website, see if they got any tickets. They're free, but you have to have a ticket. August 16th and 17th, they'll work out with the Dolphins there in Houston. And August 24th and 25th, they will travel to New Orleans and work out with the Saints. Coming up, how the British Open champ is going to celebrate once he's stateside. And one of New Braunfels' own hits his first Major League home run tonight. We'll show you that coming up after the break.
Some lucky people in San Antonio got some much needed rain yesterday, but with it can come swarms of flying insects. The bugs you could see in your yard this week, tomorrow on GMSA, starting at 4:30.
Hey, congratulations to New Braunfels High School alum Jordan Westberg. Remember this summer he got called up to the big show with the Baltimore Orioles. Has done pretty well in his first time in the Major League level. Earlier tonight, hit his first big league homer. Here it is, Orioles at Phillies, no score in the top of the second. He goes opposite field, over the wall, 356 feet. 19th game, Westberg goes yard. Orioles win 3-2. Baltimore in first place in the AL East. You know, when athletes win championships, they get parades, go on exotic vacations to celebrate winning the ultimate. Then there's Brian Harman. He just won the British Open by 6 strokes at the age of 36, his first major, and stunned a couple of members of the media when he told them how he was going to celebrate that life-changing victory.
I had a nice week a couple weeks ago, and I bought a new tractor for my hunting place. So I'll get home, and I'll be on the tractor mowing grass into next week. I'll be very excited about that.
So that's going to be your reward. You're going to ride your tractor.
Yeah, I might take a whole day and just put my phone away and go get on the tractor.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your tractor, please?
Well, I haven't seen it yet. I've got it's on order. It's a 105 horse Kubota tractor, and it's going to be a pretty one.
What color?
Orange.
Okay. So how many acres will you mow?
Let's see. We've got about 25 acres of food plots that need, and gosh, I don't know how many miles of roads, but I'd call it probably 40 acres total that needs to get mowed.
I'm a little bit lost because I've never known an Open champion celebrate by mowing grass on a tractor.
I got a lot of layers, man. I'm like an onion.
That reporter probably never seen a Kubota tractor either.
Okay.
An orange one.
They're orange. They're all orange, aren't they?
They are.
But listen to what he said. He said, I'm going to shut off my phone, and I'm going to. So that's really it.
Yeah.
Just shutting everything off and just focusing on doing that thing. I get it.
But the poor reporter was just like in disbelief. You're going to mow grass?
I think he was trying to ask him questions to see if he was going to say, no, I'm just kidding. And it was like, no, it's orange. It's on order.
Well, let's see today. He's probably got a little grass mowed today already.
Hopefully.
He's back home.
We'll be right back.
All right, check it out. This might cause some controversy. A blast from the past. The old Houston Oilers will be making a comeback this upcoming NFL season. Well, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, the Tennessee Titans, who are the former Houston Oilers, are going to be rolling out the Love Ya Blue era uniforms this season for 2 games.
Like it or not, that is a sight that's sure to catch the attention of old Houston Oiler fans as well. Good thing they have their own team again.
And it's not another triple-digit day without a splooting squirrel out there. More splooting animals. Even birds are splooting. I mean, I know a lot of animals sploot, but anyway, even the birds are splooting to stay cool. And bird baths as well, obviously.
All right. We've loved having you with us tonight. Thank you so much. Have a great night. See you tomorrow.
Good night.